In this video, we're going to answer the question, is sparring important in MMA and in boxing?
It matters to an extent. And what I mean by that is that there has been a couple of fighters that actually don't spar. So I know like Arnold Cerrone doesn't spar, he doesn't spar anymore. But I'm not saying that that sparring doesn't matter, right? Like the difference between not sparring and sparring is the fact that he's had experience inside an octagon, inside a fight. So for me, honestly, sparring should matter, especially to combat sports athletes, the most in their youth career, like when they're barely getting started. Later on in life, or later on towards the end of their career, they don't want to spar. Like that's okay too, right? But honestly, for me, I lean towards that. There should be sparring. There should be a good amount of sparring. So I lean towards that side. But like early on, like you want to get the most experience possible. So you guys want to do a lot of different sparring sessions. That way you guys can see all these different types of styles, and you guys actually have kind of an idea on how to deal with all these different types of fighters. So sparring does matter. It does matter a lot. And not only that, sparring also teaches you guys how to dig deep in there. So sometimes there's certain moments in a fight, or that you have to have some type of different mentality, some type of physicality, that something has to give from inside you. And I think some of that is only achieved through sparring, especially when you have those high level athletes come in and spar with you. Because I know like in boxing sometimes you get other pros to come in and spar with you and replicate a certain style of the opponent that you're about to face pretty soon.
A major thing to take away from this video is kind of the experience you have and what level of your career you're at. So if you're just starting off and you're a sparring professional fighter, whether it be MMA or boxing, I recommend that you limit your sparring. But sparring is necessary, but you need to limit it, because there are some fighters, older fighters, that say like Nate Marquardt, who has been in wars, and he says that he shouldn't have. Oh, a lot of fighters, not just him, but a lot of fighters say that they regret sparring a lot as a kid. And it's kind of fun when you're young and you're stupid. You kind of you think the only way to get better is by digging deep and just knocking rock'em sock'em robots, and it's not the way. There's plenty of ways. That's why now I believe the MMA fighters and boxers of today are much better fighters than the previous generation, because they're doing a lot smarter. They're not just doing it like the old machismo, stand and bang in the sparring room in the gym. And a lot of people, like some people, Donald Cerrone and Robbie Lawler, they kind of quit sparring. Robbie Lawler quit sparring for a few years, and now he's back at sparring. So it all depends on how good you think your skills are, and if you think you're very, very experienced like these two fighters, then I guess you can get away with not sparring, because they've already been in wars in the gym when they're younger and in the fight, so they're used to fighting. So all they have to do is polish up their technique, and the sparring, they've already had many years and many hundreds and hundreds of fights in sparring and fights in real fights. And so sparring is kind of one of those things that the simple answer is yes, you need to spar, but you also need to limit it. You have to be smart with your sparring. You don't want to overdo it as a young kid.
So two big keywords here are guidance and limits. You guys want to also be under a careful eye, watchful eye, somebody that understands the game and the fundamentals, not just the point where you guys just stand and brawl. So you guys want somebody that honestly is teaching you guys fundamentals and how to not get hit, how to hit and not get hit, because that's the point of the game. And you guys want to see and explore other tactics. You guys just don't want to sit there and brawl. Like, you guys want to be able to understand footwork. You guys want to understand how to slip punches, how to create new angles, how to sidestep, how to step throughs. You guys want to learn every fundamental that's out there. That way you guys catch the experience, and you guys are able to learn from those small fundamentals and take them into the ring itself. That way sparring doesn't necessarily have to be your main focus. But it's like you need it, because it teaches you the fundamentals. So overall, like, you want to keep things limited and under a careful, watchful eye.
That's our thoughts on sparring and when you should do sparring and if you should do sparring, which I guess we both agree that you do need sparring. And yeah, that's it. Let us know what you guys think about sparring, and let us know how many rounds you spar a week or a day. And all the information you need to know, our Instagram, our other YouTube channels, our personal Instagram, our team Instagram is all going to be down below. Our website, our shop. Check the description box. And yeah, thank you.
Same position, still broke. Now I had little bros, we were hungry, but we had nothing. Just a couple of cents. Went to the corner store and got some bread. Split it between us three. Mom's got home. I will leave, hit the streets. Downtown Los Angeles is where I be. Downtown Los Angeles.